Hi, welcome back just to another video. So, what exactly is an NFT? Well, an NFT is a non-fungible token. It's something that a lot of NFT creators are using and how they're actually buying other people's artwork. So, that's what today's video is going to be about. So, let's get into it. So what exactly is an NFT? So they do come in many forms. So they can come in the form of videos or photos or even things like in-game items. So they can be sort of anything. So they can be even like 3D vector images or 3D models of certain things. So they can just incorporate near enough every digital art form. So they can include like any digital art form really. So that could be even towards things like music and sound effects can all be NFTs. But because this is a photography channel, I'm going to mainly focus on the photography side of it and possibly slightly video side of it. The NFT in a photography sense is kind of like buying a digital gallery. So for example, you can go into an art house and place a bid on a work of art that you really like, and if you win the bid, then that is yours. It's kind of similar in the NFT world where you can place a bid on certain pieces of art, but they will all be digital art. So when buying an NFT, what you need is you need cryptocurrency because you can't buy it just with like a Visa debit card or any kind of cash. What you need to get is a cryptocurrency called Ethereum. That is mainly from my knowledge and from my sort of recollection. That is the main blockchain which houses like NFTs, things like that there. It's always Ethereum. So Ethereum would be the biggest cryptocurrency in order to get NFTs, and so that's what you do need. Now you can buy cryptocurrencies with like things like your Visa debit or any sort of credit card or debit card. So you do need the Ethereum to buy NFTs if you are looking to go into it. There is multiple different kinds of NFTs within the photography world when it comes to photos. You have one-to-ones, which are one single image that can only be sold the one time. So for instance, here's mine. So essentially what this means is that that photo there can only be sold once. There only is one copy of it that can only be owned by one single person at a time. That person might want to sell it on, and then the new owner will be the owner of the actual photo, and so on and so forth. So there can never be two owners of the same NFT of their one-to-ones. There are ones called editions, and editions means that there will be multiple copies of the same NFT, just numbered differently, if that makes sense. So I could take a photo of like a beautiful mountainscape and I might want to sell 30 of these NFTs. So what happens is that each time the NFT is sold, you will get either version 1 of 30, 2 of 30, so on and so forth until they are all sold out. And once it gets to the point where it's 30 of 30, because we've specified that 30 is the total number that we want to sell, no one else can buy them unless one of those 30 copies are then sold on. Kind of like this one here. So this is from a photographer that I follow. They're currently doing an edition, so it is really, really cool. And then there are open editions. Open editions are something you'll come across if you are stepping foot into the NFT side of the world. Open editions basically means that there is no limit on how many can be bought. So if, for instance, I wanted to sell a photo of a cityscape and I only wanted it to be for today, I can put it in an open edition, which basically means that there is an unlimited amount that can be bought, but it can only be for a certain time frame. Now you can specify that time frame, you can have it open for however long you want, but most people will tend to have open editions for say a week or so, and then they'll close them. So it means within that space of a week, how many are bought will be how many NFTs are sold until they either reopen the open edition or they make more of the same photo to do one-to-ones or an edition of that photo. So like I said, there is different ways of buying NFTs. So you can either place a bid, which will start the bidding war for an NFT. Usually they have sort of timers on them, kind of like if you know on like eBay when there is like the timer for the bid, same sort of principle applies. Highest bidder wins the NFT. Now there is the other way where certain people will actually just specify what they want it to be sold at. So if it's 0.02 Ethereum, that's what you're going to pay for it. Another term you might come across is a floor price. People will ask you what the floor price is. Basically all that means is that a floor price is the minimum amount that can start off the bid. So the floor price, let's say that it is 0.01 Ethereum, that is equivalent to £15. So what that means is that the floor price is set at 15, so it's the minimum bid that they're starting it off with, which means if someone comes along to try and bid on that piece, they have to spend at least £15, if not more, in order to continue the bid constantly going. So someone has to constantly match the price going upwards. That's what floor price means. Floor price is just the minimum amount that you need to actually bid in order for your bid to be successful. So when I started the whole NFT space, it was kind of the same time I started getting onto Twitter, and it was kind of flooded by people that were just taking like sort of snapshots and selling them, because there is a blockchain called Polygon. It's not something I'm going to delve too much into. Basically, Polygon is free to upload and free to make NFTs. The only issue is it's a bit tricky to actually buy them. There's a lot of like awkward like sort of hoops you have to jump through. A lot of people were just kind of posting photos on the Polygon chain hoping that they would get some sort of return for them, and to be honest, it didn't seem too authentic. It just didn't seem like people cared too much what they were posting. But as the popularity kind of died down off of that, off the NFT train, a lot of people that were there from the beginning who have continued to make artwork and who actually wanted their artwork to do well are doing really well at the moment. So I'm pretty happy for them, and it's just really nice to see that the people that actually wanted to succeed in this kind of space have, you know, succeeded in that space as well. I am excited to see where the NFT world is going to go to next, because there is a lot of different things that are going to come out of the NFT world. Like I said, I'm only really focusing on the photo and sort of video side of things now, because they are kind of similar. But there is different things, like there is in-app purchases, there is like in-game stuff as well. For instance, Saw were doing ones where you bought like blueprints of Saws. They were like limited editions. That is an example of the edition like we talked about. So I'll try and figure that out, or where that is, and just post it around here somewhere. There was the Gary V NFTs, and they allowed you to get certain things from him. So depending on what ones you bought, you could spend a day with him, you could get a phone call from him. That's another sort of thing of NFTs. So NFTs are definitely going to be a massive, massive thing when it comes to the new sort of web that's coming out. So that would be Web 3. Again, I'll talk about that in another video. So Web 3 is all going to be based around NFTs and blockchains and things like that. So I'm excited to see where they go. On a side note, there was one thing I did leave out there. So in order to make an NFT, you can't just buy the Ethereum and then post it. There is a thing called gas fees, and that's a fee to actually post your work onto the actual platforms. So you can make your NFTs, and then you have a fee to actually list them onto the website, and then you have a secondary fee to actually post them for sale. So you have two fees that you have to pay in order to get them actually listed and seen by other people. That's why the Polygon thing was really enticing to other people that just wanted to make quick money. There was no gas fees for Polygon chains. It is a big thing with Ethereum. So you do have to pay a gas fee twice in order to get your photo up and on the market. But as always, I hope that you guys have learned something. I know that it's a bit late talking about NFTs because they are pretty out of date now and they have been around for quite a while. But for people that just kind of want a simplistic breakdown of it, I hope that I have helped in some sort of way. So there's a few artists that I also follow in the sort of NFT space. They're just fantastic photographers, and what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to link their photos and themselves just on the screen now, so that you can actually see them and who I really, really like in the NFT space. But as always, thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.